So obviously, I've been having a really hard time, and it just seems to be getting worse because you need a support system in your life when you're going through things, and when you're faced up with so much problematic stuff. It makes things really hard to continue to go on with what you've been trying to do. But I want you to know that you're worth trying to move forward in your life, regardless of what you have going on. Because most people just aren't trying to see you or find you for where you're at. And the fact of the matter is that with me, it's just really, really sad, y'all. If I could explain it all in one video, it'd be a miracle. But basically, I joined the real world recently, and that was also staged up for blight in my life, or problems in my financial life, because of where they had planned to move. And I'm talking about my own friend of 28 years and a recent girlfriend of mine, to where they were going through my things every which way that you could imagine. Like everything. My data, my house, when I'm at work, uh, just places in my life that you wouldn't think that people would be able to take things to. And they were poisoning me up, so I was like made dumb, which is just really, really, really sad to me, because it's like I'm not being found for where I'm at then at all by those I thought I had in my life. And I was so energetic before, and like even just even with dealing with the poisoning, like it put me into like a mind frame where I had to be hyper vigilant and hyper focused in order to be focused on stuff. And I apologize if this comes out wrong or out bad, but I've probably only gotten about 20 hours of sleep in the past week, because I'm having a problem with sleeping. And as you can imagine, I'd rather go through the pain than mask it with anything. And I really feel like I deserve some supporters out here who can see where I'm at and like see why I'm writing certain things into my songs or into my work online here. But it was supposed to be much more different than this. And I really just wanted to write about love and authenticity in my relationships. But the fact of the matter is I'm coming to find out much worse things, truthfully, because with where people's agency about me goes to in certain aspects, I don't know how else to say that. I know there's a better way of saying it, but they just constantly make me feel bad. And rather than being of a supportive type in my life, as someone that I can reach out to for help, in the given situation that I've been given with these two, it goes much, much darker than that and deeper than that. Like, past relationships have been very much, loyalties have been gained where people in my life, or yeah, people in my life basically weren't being allowed to be my friend or be there for me in this way. And I keep hearing animals in my walls and in my ceiling, and I kind of feel like all of this is like, it's making me feel like it's been done to me because this place was just mint when I came up in here. As far as if it had any problems prior, I don't think that they were as extenuating as they are. But getting back to the point, I mean, I just heard something in my wall, by the way. That's why I said that. And it's like, I don't know, every 5 to 10 to 15 minutes you hear stuff. And the other day they were running back and forth from one end of the house to the other, and all sides of the house on in the attic. And it was really scary to me because these animals sounded like life sized, like human sized. And it scared me to death because I've just been so utterly broken. Literally not knowing where to go to or who to turn to for answers besides the Lord. Because I guess you could say I've been made that way based on the poisoning and the abuse. I don't know how to explain that, but when somebody needs you to be down and out in such a way, when they're hacking you and they're moving in that way, they have access to everything that you're doing, access to everything you are in that way. To be able to, like, design a plot to take your life. And I just didn't deserve it. I didn't. Not that anyone deserves to feel like they're being murdered in that way. But it's also like to suggest that you don't have the ability to catch them, and even when you do catch certain things, you don't get to make the record as far as like the police are concerned. Because for many years now they've just been shutting off their body cameras. When I'm in courts, I'm like in these kangaroo courts basically. Like, I don't understand how people around me can even be not affected by how they treat me in in court, or me like fighting to just continue to work and keep my license and stuff like that. But going back to what's happened to me is just the fact that these people knew what they were doing. And the fact of the matter is that when you go to your own for help, you expect to the length of at least the 5, 6 months prior, that you're asking these people for help, that they would do one thing for you. If you came to them and asked them to like create a campaign or put something together where people could go door to door, even for a half hour, just to try and raise money for a person in this kind of situation. Because let me just suggest to you that it's worse than identity theft as people know it as, because when it's someone close to you in that way, they have access to you in ways that nobody should ever have access to a person like. And then these things just, they automatically broke me, but coming to find out that not only was there the lying and cheating and the manipulation going on, that I was being martyred, and I almost died like 5 times in a very short period of time. And then finally getting away from these people, I was chemically poisoned. And it just makes me feel bad because I can't get away from it. It's gang stalking type shit. I don't know if you understand that, but you can better understand it with the term organized crime. To where I hope I can actually sleep and stay asleep after making this. But the fact of the matter is that we all out here deserve to live more beautifully than we've ever been allowed to live. Like, and I just imagine like my own momentum being pure and just rather wanting to get my energy back and fight for my life, not be pushed off inside of some place that's just gonna take me away from becoming again, because I just want to become and come into myself finally. And I can only suggest that it's been my whole life, but people have no idea about that being true. They can think to themselves that you're just saying words, and it's not just words. It's an actuality of how these people moved in your life, moved in my life, and when you're going to your own for help in that way, and there's just nothing but more deflection and minimizing you, and even so much so that you'll say things that they're not even taking into account. Heard another animal move. I mean, I'm really scared that they're gonna come through when it gets cold in the winter, and then it's just, I'm gonna be left without anyone's help and left here just to die, basically, because no one, no one that does care has the ability to support me in that care to where I can actually get out of this. And anyone that would actually have physical capability of helping me is actually rather choosing not to. And I think that's for a very special reason of their own. And so I've been praying for people like who have influence in their life and who have solid, like, they're not in this situation, to be able to help me. Please help me, because God, God. It just hurts so bad. And though it might be degenerative because of all of the cortisol and poisoning, stress and pain, agony, I would just really like to find a way out and be able to come into myself. I had plans to I had planned to rollerblade 8 miles a day, and in the winter time be able to go for walks or run. And this would help me in my mind to get that to get the the forever chemicals to be at bay or get them out of my body because you sweat and because you do these things, they're gonna help your mind mentally be able to attack these challenges that come up in your life, and they're very challenging and very taxing. But the fact of the matter is when you when you start to see how people actually respond, you really think to yourself that these aren't just activities that they're taking on. Rather, they actually do have plans for you in your life that they don't need to be taking up. Uh, So, I've been out here asking for supporters in a way that, I know there's money out there. I know there's people out there that have it within them to help. But with my personal availability to who I can reach out to, I mean everything was stolen from me like a little over a year ago. My Facebook, my phone number, my Gmail, like you name it. I just couldn't get into anything anymore. And I think that was basically stopped me from working at where I was working, a paper mill company. Because I was dealing with that on top of trying to get a house and trying to get out of homelessness, on top of I had just been T-boned, and man, they were trying to get me in an accident for a long time. And they got it. Finally, they got it. And these things just ruin you. So I'm trying to reach out because um because I kind of feel that if these things with my or current ex girlfriend of mine, and my friend were to come out into like the Supreme Courts and they were to discover like realities there, fuck. I think there's some real devil dogs in my situation here, and I don't want to suggest where they come from, but you can just say that it's blood. And I think the worry is there, and I think that I'm able to sense it, and there's just no availability of help in that way because people are acting like you're already dead. I mean, these two were acting like I was already dead. My past relationship with a certain individual, Rick, was acting like I was already dead. To be able to move how she moved. Also with a different person, I believe, but by design, you know, it's in that design to, through hacking, make sure that they're pushing me down enough to where I die and don't get out and get help. But my heart's work is like every single thing is ready to go and be like plugged in to where it's such a beautiful movement, you guys. It's such an amazing movement and mission that I have been working on that they've been really hard to put together. If you can imagine all the struggles I've been through. But the fact of the matter is that it would be. I would do more. I would do more in the way of charity than any foundation out here has ever done. I feel because it's a mission I'm on, and it's through the covetousness and lasciviousness and the cheating and lying sociopathic behaviors that people deal with to the narcissism and malignant type of narcissism and psychopathy to where I would be able to walk Lake Street and legit by the time I got from one side to the other it would with the with the materials that I would want to be creating with or having at hand that I would be able to change lives and help people. I would be able to help people immensely. So I just urge for your support, and I know this is really hard to listen to probably because I'm super tired, but I really urge for your support in this because if you can create a campaign for me, it's to there's a lot of aspects of this that I need that I'm like asking for money on GoFundMe for, but there's a lot of reasons because I've just been basically flattened like the Roadrunner running over the coyote, and I'm sitting over here like I'm trying to blow myself back up again and it's just not working. I'm like I don't know what you'd call it. Wayward in my spirit. Just totally floppy. And like though I get if I can get enough sleep, even like 3 hours of sleep, I can go to work and I'm fine. But it's getting to the point where like I need someone in my life. I need someone willing to help me physically because oh, excuse me, explaining this to like certain people in my family, it's like I'm not even allowed to like suggest what has happened to me and how it's affected me without them just shying away from the reason of their ability to suggest that these physical helps would have made an impact in my life. But it's just to tell me that there's more to the story than meets the eye now. And it's the hardest thing to deal with because it's just so hard, Joe. It's just so freaking hard. So, I know that I am not a danger to myself and others. Where pushing me in a place is like legitimately gonna allow people to just do what they did in my life before. And it took me like an awful lot of work to get out from under and get to where I'm at. And I don't want to lose it. I don't. If I have to go backwards again, because like I've already lost my stuff 3 times, and people don't put that into perspective. Like, oh, he's gonna be looking for stuff that he doesn't have. All that time and energy wasted over and over again. You don't remember what you have and what you don't have, and especially when you're being poisoned up. So, just those littlest things like that have left me just kind of distraught in a way that was like to tell me I'm never gonna get out from zero. It's just gonna constantly be like this. So, I hope that I can gain some supporters out here because I've just been out so unavailable to my own abilities and becoming me. And I think it's being done to me with intent. And it's just so mind boggling to me because who could do this to their own friend? Who could do that to their own boyfriend or girlfriend or just anybody at all? Anybody at all. So, anyway, I'm gonna stop because I think I can actually probably get to sleep now. And I thank you if you made it this far. Peace. And I hope that you guys do support me and look at more of my content because I do create a lot of it based on the fact that I've been trying to get to doing it for 15 years. Well, I've been working on my heart's work for 15 years, so it's probably been a little longer than that I've been actually wanting to gain up the confidence to do this. And let's just say I don't actually. I don't. I have confidence to be a good drummer. I have confidence to do the work that I wanted to put into my business idea. But as far as the way I'm moving now, it's like super duper duper hard. So, anyway, if you have more influence than me throughout your life, just in your Facebook account, maybe you could share something of either my own campaign or maybe you can put a campaign together. And I don't know how things work out here, but it's not agoraphobia if you ask me. It's just I legit am scared of the world around me because I've been chemically attacked. Like, who can deal with that? And then on top of it, you have your own like t- telling or acting and suggesting that you just need to get over it. You just need to get over it. Or not so much as that even as just deflecting the reasons for you to be able to get over it. Like I don't know, just a little bit of help around the house sometimes can lift up a person's spirits to like get them out of a funk. But right now I just need love and support, and so I appreciate if you guys have any love and support for a real one out here really trying his ass off for something in life. Oh god, I can hardly even move. I hurt so fucking bad. So anyway, I appreciate you guys for being here if you made it this far. I know it's only like 7 people or whatever. Usually, because people don't care about much out here unless it's to do with like dick or pussy or fucking whatever. Whatever is more important to them than love and support, and thinking that a person would be. I mean, I just don't even look like myself anymore. So, anyway, just stay authentic, friends, and just know that the only thing that you can offer, if the only thing is that you can offer as a gift in this way, is to be someone to support me and share my content and comment and like my stuff or whatever, it can go a long way. But you just have to personally know that you are a gift by the divine and almighty Lord, and I hope that you can use your gifts right now for me. Please. I'm begging you. I'm begging you. In this blight that I've been, that's been so staged up for my death. Like none other. I'm lucky to be alive. And then I have people like minimizing what I'm actually asking them to do for me, help me out with. That's like, it shouldn't be like, I don't know, just made to make me feel like I don't matter. You matter, and you should know that you matter to those people that you think that you have. So anyway, I hope that you guys know that even I and yourselves deserve to live more beautifully than we've ever been allowed to live. That's kind of like the one of the first quotes that I created for my life that made sense to me to like run with, as far as what I was trying to build before was the giving tree, I called it. I knew it wasn't going to stay as that because there's, I don't know, 86 the giving trees out there. But anyway, life has just been clouding my mind in this way, and I don't know how to fight it alone anymore. I don't know how to fight it with people that are supposed to be close to me that are making me rather feel the same ways that these people made me feel, is that they can talk to me as if I'm already dead. And that was like, oh wow, it just hurt so bad. Because then, and it was like, because they had everything rock solid, ready to go, and people don't even believe me that I almost died or whatever, walking into my place, and that they want to say that it's your own health and whatever. I know my own stamina, so you're not gonna fucking shit on my own reasoning based on, oh, I was being poisoned and oh, everything was perfectly knit and tuck, ready to roll and lock me off, right? It's not right, because you don't even understand the tie downs of like memories coming flooding back to you. I mean, you're just like, do 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 do. You're done, and you can handle it so many times before it's like, oh shit, this thing gets worse. worse, bad. And so, sorry I'm rambling. I'm gonna try and go to bed. I've been doing not a non-caffeinated tea. This one's really light because it's like the third pour over a bag, but I'm just beyond able to feel them butterflies anymore in life so much, and I would like y'all's support if I can get it in a formidable fashion to help me put something together for me. It will life me up, and I don't need therapy and blah blah blah. If you looked at all of my notebooks and all of my work and everything that I've been doing as far as like putting this business together to like combat both the abuser and the abusee or combat for, those both parties, because no one deserves to get shot. I mean, husband as a police officer even walks into his wife cheating and everyone's fucking dead. Or, I mean, oftentimes that's how shit happens and people become an article. Well, I don't want to become an article. I want to rather come up from zero and be able to move in my mission and move in my music and move in my ministries and poetry and create. So, and it's been a long time, mind you, that I've been like working on this to combat what is the unknown happening to me that I just considered as gang stalking. Lo and behold, I come to find out it's my own friend moving in that way the entire time. And I'm sorry, but anyone who cares about you that thinks that that man could move that way in any other fashion is just falsifying the reality, because they're not seeing the impact that they've created. And anyone that can suggest that that person cares and they're more afraid of you, when I'm like, I've legit said, like, I'm not going to do anything to you. You got more, fear for the Lord. You should have more fear for the Lord than you should have in me to actually come face me. Because anybody that was telling me that I was cheating on or cheating with their partner in that way, I would face them. I would face them, and if if I was in the wrong, I would admit it to them, and I would want to work it out right away. So that's just my take, and if someone can't hold frame for you in that fashion, well, their love's fake. You don't understand what love is. And you know what? I want a wife. I want someone that can tell me that they love me and really mean it. Bye.